Hi folks, it's Mark from Wild Exposure on my first ever solo wild camping trip, and I'm nervous, but I'm not nervous because I know this area really well. Me, you, both of us, all of us have just arrived at Gatesgarth near Buttermere. I remember coming here for the first time, and it was with the other partner in this channel, Andy, my best mate. And the first night we stayed up the top near Haystacks, which is where we're going to be going shortly. It was kind of freaky being out in the wilderness. First time I'd ever really done anything like that. So this is a bit of a milestone for me. But I've just arrived after a 6-hour trip, and the trees were sort of bending over double, and this 40-50 mile an hour gust of wind. It looks this cloudy. It looks like it's going to rain at any moment. So I think I'm going to have to don the wet weather gear for the initial part of this trip. So I think it's windy here. I can only imagine what it's going to be like up there. So thankfully the Blizzard 2 is going to hold up in the winds after our first trip in Snowdonia. So message to you, Andy, if you think that was rough, mate, let's just see what we find out when we get to the top of this, get to Black Beck Tarn. Well, I've just got the wet weather gear on and it's just started to rain. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night because but I'm still, I am still excited. We'll have to see what that brings. So I have to cover the bag, cover myself, and we'll crack on with this mission. But it's not looking good, guys. It's not looking good. Welcome back. So essentially what you do when you get to Gatesgarth Farm is you head up that way, up the hill, and then there's a little stile, you turn right, and then you head up towards Black Beck Tarn that way. You don't, that's what you want to do, you don't go that way and across the field. That's the way you come back. So we're going to head up now. It's just started raining. Oh, beautiful though, absolutely beautiful. Well, we're going to test out the new Gore-Tex jacket. That's where we're going. 40-mile-an-hour gusts. We're going to have a bit of a tussle on our hands when we get to the top of this thing. There is that little part of me that says, go back to the car, drive home, put the central heating on, watch Netflix. Can't do it. We need to go up there. Let's get on. Woo! We just went through 15 minutes of a biblical downpour. And I stupidly elected not to put any wet weather gear on down below, so I'm absolutely drenched, which is fine because these trousers will dry with they're very thin, they're man-made fibre, they're brilliant. The only problem is it goes down your legs and into your boots, and now I've got wet feet as well. But thankfully it stopped raining for 5 minutes. See over there. Hopefully it's coming our way. Students to get up there. Oh dear. I'll tell you what, Andy, I miss you, mate. It's not the same without you. I've got no one to moan at, no one to bitch with. I might have to break out the fruit pastels just to cheer myself up. Oh, we're getting there. I keep seeing these little red flags, and to be honest, when I first started walking in, because the rain, it's obviously rained very heavy here, the waterfall is in full effect. I thought maybe it was this place is going to flood, but I can only assume that they've had a fell running race. Crazy bar stewards. We're getting there, guys. We are getting there. And the hood's off. That's always a bonus. Don't look down. Oh. Oh. There's the path. Oh, well, I consider that's the bit that I never like. It's like a stairmaster from hell. You can see it's starting to brighten up a little bit. Got to follow through round to this corner here. And what I might do actually from a previous trip, let's cue some drone footage. Did you enjoy that? That was actually taken by Andy on a previous trip when it was a little bit more sunny, but you will notice it's completely out of focus. And it was taken just round this corner here. Oh. Oh. It doesn't get any easier. It really doesn't. See you in a bit. Well, it's just started lashing it down with rain again. I'll show you how much rain we've had. Oh, we're getting to the top. Well, I say the top, the plateau, because the plan is to stay at Black Beck Tarn tonight. My favourite little spot, the place where I want my ashes scattered. Next to Inanimate Tarn, which is further on, where Wainwright's ashes are scattered. To be up alone on this mountain with these sheep. Look at their little faces. I just wish this rain would stop. Oh dear. Oh, we're almost there. Back to you in a sec. Let's have a look at the sheep, shall we? Oh, well, we've reached the top. Relatively flat ground from here, but the weather is even worse. Now you're open and exposed, it's just driving wind and rain. And to be honest with you, I said to Andy, because Andy was working today, I said I'll take the GoPro, I might document this little trip because you never know, I might get abducted by aliens or eaten by coyotes. It's been one of those found video movies, you know, all turns a bit Blair Witch at the end. Or you see me after mere hours of being alone in the wilderness like Tom Hanks on Castaway, talking to rocks and pretending they're people. But I'll tell you what, I blame Andy for this, because ordinarily there'd be a tripod on the bottom of this thing, and all he had to hand was this thing. Right, this is to stop that GoPro. If this falls in water, stops it sinking to the bottom. So this is you, Andy. You jinxed me. Oh, I can't even be asked to put it back on. Oh, it's going to be fun getting the tents up. Or tent. Miss you, man. That's something we share, something we have in common. It's never nice having to put the tent up or take it down in the rain. And when you add in there 40 mile an hour gust of wind, oh, a sip of rum, a steak dinner, and a warm tent. I'll tell you what, if I poke my nose out of that tent tomorrow morning and it looks like this, I don't think I'm going to be doing Haystacks. We'll take the experience, turn around and go back down the same way, I think. Because these rocks are slippy. Almost went arse over tip back there. Look, there's another sheep. Meh. Yeah, we're having fun. Would I want to be doing anything else right now? Honestly, no. Probably not. Oh, see you at Black Beck Tarn. Oh, well, we're not too far from the tarn now, but I tell you, it's a proper pea super. But we're in cloud. That should be a beautiful view over there. That's normally where you go down to find the bothy, which every time I come up here I bring all the photography gear. And for the last couple of times, last time I came up with Andy, it was just horrendous, but the views aren't there, look. Which, there was going to be someone else, a significant other, who was going to be coming on this trip, funny enough, but couldn't do it at the last moment. It was going to be her and the dog, and to be honest with you, I'm so glad she didn't come up, although she's quite adventurous and she's climbed mountains and she loves the Lake District. I think this whole wild camping adventure in pissing rain and 40 mile an hour winds probably would have finished her off. Oh, I'm so looking forward to that spice rum. Oh, a bit gutted. I mean, normally with bad weather you get cloud porn. Makes really nice photographs. Bit of mood in the sky, unusual light. But this is pointless. There's no point getting the camera out in this weather. Oh, it's best to bunker down for the night. See you at the tarn. Well, we're finally at the tarn. And I'll tell you what, I almost walked past it. Oh dear. Almost walked past it. Couldn't see, as cloud came over and you can see bugger all, to be honest. We're here. And it's really starting to come down now. This part, which is what we're going to film, it's going to be a little bit tricky. It's where we try to put the tent up. Might do the rest of the filming inside the tent. Probably after a few glasses of rum. Wish me luck. Oh, the irony. You get your tent put up, suddenly the wind dies off. As soon as you get it out of the bag, 40 mile an hour gusts come through that way, so I put the foot end towards the wind, get halfway through pitching the tent, and then suddenly the wind's coming from that direction and the whole thing's leaning over. But if you're going to be in high winds, this is the tent to do it in. I know I'm going to be protected tonight, but I tell you what, it absolutely chucked it down just then. I'm drenched. I mean, the top half, this jacket's fantastic, but mountain equipment does the job, Andy. It does the job. I know you've not been out in these kind of conditions in your one yet, but they do stand up. But my pants, my socks, my feet, my lower half is just saturated. So, run. Can you hear that rain? Oh, this is fun. That is horrendous. Pitch just in time. I haven't got a clue what the time is. I think we got there about 3:30. About maybe 2 hours, 2 and a bit hours to walk up. I literally got this tent up. It was like this when I was trying to pitch it, and then it stopped. And it's been like this for the last 20 minutes. So the rum is going to be cracked open in a second. I'm going to get some food on, I think. Unbelievable. See you in a sec. It's lovely out there. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Some people would probably wonder why do it? Why come out? I think you'd need to come out and have a few nice trips in the sunshine to get out in this wild environment, to kind of unplug, explore. No mobile phones, to get away from the mainstream culture, to get out into this rugged wilderness. It is beautiful. It doesn't look very beautiful right now, granted. I'm soaking wet. You wouldn't be able to see this on camera, but my legs are steaming where I'm drying my own clothes like a giant radiator. It looks like I'm going to be cocooned in this tent, which is not a bad thing, because this is a major step up from my previous tent, which is the Coleman Cobra 2, which frankly was, they say a two-man tent, but it was a one-man tent. It was like a tent coffin. You could barely set up. This there's enough room. You can store your gear. Granted, I have the world's largest blow-up mat, the Euro height, which is, it's just this huge, but it's so ridiculously comfortable. You could genuinely get two people in it. So yeah, time to crack open the rum. Andy, mate, this is definitely worse than Snowdonia, honestly. The wind is coming in from all directions. I think it's trying to burst in through the wrong end. Oh, you'd have loved this trip, dude. I bet you're in your office all snug, probably looking at things on Amazon that you'd like to buy, maybe a new gaming chair. You're really missing out. Oh, morning, what a night. I've just got up, just had a little bit of breakfast, a little bit of chorizo and chili. Sort of give you a shot of the Tarn, a brief respite from the rain. But as you can see, I think the clouds are rolling in, and I'll turn you around to Haystacks. You can see that the clouds are rolling. If I climbed that today, I wouldn't be able to see anything anyway. So. Slight change of plan. I'm going to pack away. I'm going to pack the tent away because it's not raining at the moment, and head back up and actually descend via the bothy and see if I can get the bothy shot that I always come up here to get and never seem to get it because it's just terrible conditions. But I slept for the dead. I think I must have fallen asleep at 8 o'clock in the evening. I had some rum, had a steak dinner, put my head down. Just went out and had the deepest night's sleep. I woke up possibly 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm no longer a fell virgin. For the year that I've been coming out to these places, I've never had to do a number 2 outside. It was a bit of a scary prospect. It was completely pitch black. Top tip for you: head torch. Don't pull the trousers all the way down. Keep them over the thighs. Bend down. Stops you falling backwards. And it was. All I can say, it was very unfussy. It was good, so I'm kind of proud of myself, to be honest. And also, don't have a all-you-can-eat Vietnamese session the night before you come out to one of these places. So I think I was tempted to fake. But yeah, the deepest nights. But it rained all night, and this place is absolutely sodden. Still quite windy. Oh, but what a pleasure to wake up here. Camp torn down. That took all of about 10 minutes. It's brilliant. That's what I love about that Terra Nova Blizzard 210 is so quick to take down. You've got storm clouds rolling in behind us there, so I think it was just in the nick of time. But not a trace, apart from a little bit of chili I left out for a slug bear, which is going to blow his mind. Leave it as you found it. Let's have a little look. Chili and onion. Mind officially blown. Right. Going up there. I'll get back to you in a sec. This is where I was getting a little bit confused on the path back, because as you can see, over the side of this mountain, but you have to go over one of the edges to then crawl down to get to the bothy. So we'll give this one a go, shall we? Ugh. Saturated, absolutely saturated. Definitely not that one. Pretty sure it's not that one. I'm kind of feeling like I might have to blow it off again, because I've just had to get the Gore-Tex back on and cover the bag up. It's just started raining. I'm destined never to get this photo. I just thought I'd try over this edge and see if it was this one. And then when Andy sees this, he'll be berating me, say no, it's not over there. But what of you? Oh, there you go. Well, I've had to, I've actually got the camera out, I can't believe it. I've had to climb up, a bit sketchy, all very loose. Looking for a slate avalanche at any moment, but I've got a 50mm prime lens on this, so it's got a certain focal length, which means I've got to get quite away from the subject. But I'll show you what one photo, when I can get all that in frame, looks like on a 50mm. And then I'll give you the ultimate photo where I'll take multiple exposures and try and blend them together to put this particular building in context of these mountains, and give you a better view of where we are. So, and the secret to that is make sure it's set, the white balance is actually set to something, so it's not an auto, so it changes every time you take a picture of the sky or the dark slate, it'll change. And the exposure, everything needs to be on manually set, otherwise it just won't work. Let me take my life in my hands and climb up this, and let's see what we can get. See you in a bit. Well, we've actually come inside the bothy. I've taken a few photographs. No one's home at the moment, but just give you a little bit of a look around. I don't know if the camera's going to pick this up because it's quite dark in here, but what a little refuge. People come in and there's firewood. You've got a nice fire to keep you warm. People have left some spare gas, tins of food, a couple of candles. Water, butane gas, stuff to get the fire lit, sugar, toilet paper. Good done with that toilet paper last night. And even some sweeties and a visitor's book. And a couple of beds, makeshift beds. This will be fantastic. Oh! And some pots and pans to cook with. Tell you what, I'm moving in. Some beautiful little lanterns, I think you can pick those up. Probably from home base, and a fire alarm, and a washing line. Oh, it's fantastic, everything you need. I should have stayed here last night. And what a magical view over Buttermere. Happy days. Right, it's started to rain again, better get set. chuffed. Really chuffed with that. It was the first time we saw this this place here. People were building the roof at the top. There's no roof on it. It was just the walls. There was a good shot. It inspired me to come up here. Actually, I might put a link below for Thomas Heaton on YouTube. He was the guy responsible for. Well, he's a photographer and he does a bit of wild camping, but he concentrates mainly on travelling around Europe and getting promoted by Squarespace and other brands. But if you look over there, put my finger in it, you can just see that there. That's where we should have gone. This is definitely not a way that Andy and I have ever come down before, but because I found the bothy on the wrong side of the stream that you saw on the way up, so I've ended up with a big scramble down these rocks, which was a bit of fun, quite slippy, good fun though. But ironically enough, we've got the other stream here which I've got to cross, but this is more doable, a lot more doable. Down, you follow the path and it runs down to Buttermere, but ironically enough, you look up right in where the water's coming through in that centre. If you go over the top of that, that's where the tarn is. That's where I camped last night. So it gets some mountaineering gear. Save walking all the way around there and just scramble down there in future. Yeah. Well, you can just about see the path that we came up. See the little wall that they built, you can see it from this side actually, but never been this side. Follow the path all the way up, just keep going. You can see we're the wrong side of that waterfall, and with the amount of rain, there's just no way you get across that. So, we're about to come down this way, and I'm hoping that we'll pick up the path, and we'll follow it down there. Be able to cross over. As you can see at the bottom there's the path that we came up, there's little crop of trees. And it should, down there, see Haystacks farm. Finally the jacket can come off. Oh, well not far. This is actually a really, really pleasant walk. You can imagine bringing your dog up there. It's quite gradual. It's very, very nice. You can see where we come from. And right in that gap there, over the back, that's where we stayed. But you can just see the amount of water. I mean, it's so boggy up here at the moment. Oh. Getting closer, nearly there. Alright, see you in a bit. You can see the pathways, how much rain. Jeez, that really did come down quite heavy last night. Oh, what a beautiful walk down. You cut off a massive section of that walk, and that is just such a pleasant way to come down. And before you know it, we're almost at the crop of trees. Which means we turn the bend, round the corner, down the road, and we're back at Haystacks farm. And then a 6.5 hour journey back to Ashford in Kent. But it's been worth it. It's been brilliant, absolutely brilliant. That's the end of the path you come to, and then you walk down this lane back to Gatesgarth, and there, my friends, is the car park. Look, more little sheeple, little family of sheeple. Hello. Lovely. Look at little bar lambs. Enough of that. Right. You may see actually on the other side of the car park there that little black hut. Now, if you come here during the summer and that's open, I highly recommend you going in there and getting an ice cream, which is made locally. They do like cherry sorbets. I'm not a massive fan of ice cream. Tell you what, mind officially blown. Lovely, fantastic. Oh, back where we started. Now I was going to drive straight home, but to be fair, the photographer and me looking at the skies, there's serious cloud portage, so what I'm going to do, slight change of plan, is on the way home, but I'm going to drive back round Buttermere, and there's a little spot with a tree overlooking the lake, and I'm going to I'll see if I can get kind of a stitched wide format look. So strike while the iron's hot. I'll see you there. We've arrived literally just down the road, so we're going to have a little looky look down there. See if we can get a decent shot. There's a single solitary tree on the island. Beautiful, no? Camera in hand. Let's see what we get. Let's make tracks for home, that done. I'll pop the pictures up at the end. For this first solo wild camp, it's actually been quite nice to have somebody to talk to. So we'll see what kind of video we come up with at the end of this when we edit it. But the next video, Andy and I are going to be going to the tour in Somerset. So look out for that one shortly. We're going to get some drone footage on that one. And that should be quite a nice little video. Unplug, explore. Take care. Bye for now.